Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is OnePatronimo, and I'm Red 10 of the virtual Roblox Red Arrows. I am second in command of the team, responsible for the safety of displays, photography, relations, and commentary. Today I'll be taking you through our display sequence here at our home base of RAF Scampton. We would like to thank everyone who has spent time coming down to these air displays here at Zerofest. There has been a couple of setbacks and cancelled events, including our own displays last week, but it's really motivating seeing how the aviation community comes together to show off what's possible when groups of people, all hundreds of miles apart, bound together through a love of aviation and creativity, even in the toughest of circumstances. It's creativity through drama, through exploiters, through Roblox's limitations, and through people who look down on our community. Zerofest is the culmination of weeks of work from so many different people: airlines, display teams, broadcasting teams, commentators, developers, moderators, and yes, you, the viewers. You all deserve a huge round of applause for showing what can be done when hundreds of people come together. Now, we at the virtual Roblox Red Arrows are absolutely thrilled to be closing what has been such a phenomenal event here at Zerofest. The Reds will now be taking off very shortly, and in the meantime, I'll quickly tell you a little about the team. The display you'll be watching very soon is practiced 3 times a week by all 9 pilots, with team members racking up an average of over 120 hours each in the Hawk T1 aircraft. The aircraft in question was built from the ground up by our development team, being added to and improved constantly. The model itself is based on a BAE Systems Hawk T Mark 1A aircraft, as flown by the real RAF Red Arrows. In addition to our Red Hawk, the team also operates a black variant, used for teaching new pilots who haven't yet qualified as a display pilot. The Hawk utilizes our own custom plane kit, coded by our own developers in-house, that allows our pilots to do things that would be impossible with any other script. If you turn your attention to the taxiway now, all 9 red aircraft are taxiing to the runway. They're just performing their final checks with their control surfaces and comms, and they'll be taking to the skies within a few moments. If you turn your attention now to the runway before you, you'll see all of our red jets now taking to the skies. Now that the Reds are airborne, they'll be starting their display very shortly. I'm in contact with Red 1, so I'll give you a moment's notice before they come thundering overhead. The team usually takes around 3 to 6 minutes to form and line up on their approach. The team itself was formed in late 2017 by the officer commanding Viperize. Since then, we have flown at many different major airshows across Roblox. The team is made up of 9 pilots being supported by command staff, developers, engineers, and photographers. If you're interested in joining the team, please feel free to come up to any one of us after the show. The pilots and myself will be in our signature red suits, whilst engineers and support staff will be in their blue flight suits. And Jai, I've just received confirmation that we are a go through display and that the red arrows are inbound, on approach and coming straight towards us at a speed of over 350 feet per second. Colour on calls red 1. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the virtual Roblox red arrows! Leading the formation is Squadron Leader KB120. Call sign KB is from the United Kingdom and has previously been Red 2 and Red 9 for the team. Now serving as team leader, KB is in charge of planning, training, and leading the display routine. KB also flies in real life, working to attain his private pilot's license in the Piper PA-28. As well as this, he is also an avid VATSIM pilot and air traffic controller. During displays, Red 1 is also the one calling out the commands to keep the rest of the aircraft in time. To do this, KB has to speak in a very metronomic cadence in terms that the pilots can recognize and act on, so that all aircraft can move as one. Red 1 now calls the 9 aircraft into its newest formation. Red 1 and 6 shift forward to create the shape of the Royal Air Force's iconic multi-role fighter, used extensively around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Typhoon Pass.
Coming right now. Concorde, go.
As Typhoon moves away from us, you'll see the formation transition once again into another iconic aircraft. This will be another brand new formation, with this being the first time we've ever flown it at a public display. This time the supersonic airliner that first flew 50 years ago. It is, of course, Concorde. Red 2 is being flown by Faz Maxon. Call sign Faz is one of our newer pilots, flying displays since January of 2021. He started off as one of our reserve pilots, before moving up to the official Red 2 slot. In his free time, Killer enjoys sports, aviation, and is Roblox counterpart of Row Aviation, flying in multiple other Roblox display teams.
Easing out now. 8.
With the 9-ship Flypast now complete, the team moves on to the more dynamic section of the display, and starting us off is a crowd favourite manoeuvre. It's about to get a lot more exciting, representing the combat aircraft that retired from RAF service in 2018, having spent 3 decades on the front lines. Red 6 and 7 move back, ready for Tornado.
Coming left now. Holding the bank now. Easing out now. Synchro, roll, go.
Aboard.
Red 6 and 7 are the ones rolling around the rest of the formation, sustaining up to 5 times Earth's gravity as they do so, creating the tornado effect you can see before you. If you look carefully at the underside of the aircraft as they go past, you'll be able to see the air brakes and flaps extending and retracting. Our developers have worked extremely hard to make sure that every aspect of the jets are animated. Red 3 is being flown by Semi Hardy. Callsign Ruff has been flying with the V array since October of 2020. Being another one of our newer pilots, Ruff came from the reserve 6 position, in which he served for 4 months. The next maneuver marks the end of part 1 of our display, and we'll see Enid and Gypo break up to perform separate maneuvers.
Coming right now. Holding the bank now. Easing up now.
If you look straight out in front of you now, you'll see all 9 aircraft coming straight towards us, ready for the Detonator.
Enid smug on, go. Enid break, break, go. And tilt and pull. Enid smug
Gypo
off,
collar on,
go.
go. And Gypo break, break, go. Tilt and pull. Gypo smoke off, go.
Now that Enid and Gypo have split up, Gypo will prepare to perform the most intense section of the display. Red 4 is being flown by callsign Mustang. He comes from Germany and has been flying with the team for over a year now. The 4 aircraft of Gypo have now descended to just 100 feet over the runway with a closing speed of over 300 miles per hour. Get your cameras ready. This is the amazing Gypo Pass.
Threshold. Synchro smoke on, go. Gypo. And Gypo break, break, go. Synchro roll.
10, 20,
Roll.
30, 40, 50,
Roll.
60, 70.
The last pilot from Enid is Daniel. Red 5 goes by the call sign of Dane. He comes from Poland and has been flying with the V array since early September of 2020. When not flying, Danny likes to play tennis and military simulation games. Bringing it back to Enid now, Red 1 has reformed the 5 aircraft of Enid into a single line. If you look off to the left, you'll see Red 1 bringing them in for the line Astern pass. Being a member of the VRA is less of a traditional display team and often more of a family, as every member of the team are great friends, having game nights almost every night without fail. This means that all of the pilots trust and respect each other a lot more, and makes the display environment a lot friendlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our first maneuver led by our incredible synchro pair. Red 6 and 7 are preparing to fly directly towards each other and ready to pull 6 times Earth's gravity, banking hard around in a circle back towards each other in the carousel.
Synchro smoke on, go. Synchro roll, go.
both pilots swap colours halfway around the circle to keep one side red and one side blue. The synchro pair is made up of Red 6 and 7, two of our most experienced pilots, who perform the daring opposition manoeuvres, the first of which you have just witnessed. Now, if you look off to the right, you'll be able to see all 5 aircraft of Enid coming straight towards us. Now, in from the left comes Red 9, ready to fly, the Goose.
Enid Smugon, go. Power. Enid Smugoff, go.
Those of you who are enjoying the show, please be sure to show your appreciation in chat. The pilots will be able to catch glimpses at it whilst they fly, and it will really mean a lot to them as they've been working extremely hard to perfect the display for you all here today. Another brand new maneuver that we'll be performing at a show for the first time today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look off to the left and right, you'll see the synchro pair flying directly towards each other, ready to pull another high G opposition barrel roll before rolling inverted. This is Crossbow.
Synchro, roll, go.
Red 6, the leader of the rear of the formation, as well as the synchro pair, is flown by Watery the Game. Callsign Watery is one of our most experienced and longest serving pilots, having flown with the team since late 2018. Watery is currently in her second year, having previously flown in the Red 9 and Red 7 slots. Watery is from the United Kingdom, and in her spare time is an avid skier and sim racer. The next break is our final new maneuver for the winter 2020 season, and if you are a follower of our team on Twitter, it's one that you may very well have voted the name of. Right in front of you now are all 5 aircraft of Enid. They are getting ready to fly directly towards us, ready to peel off 2 at a time in the Enid Salute.
4 and 5. Break, break, go. 2 and 3. Break, break, go.
The members of the team that you may have seen dotted around in blue flight suits are the team support staff. They are made up mainly of engineers, but also consist of our media personnel and admin team. If you see any walking around, please feel free to ask them any questions you may have about the display. Back to Gypo now as they prepare to fly one of our trickiest maneuvers. Reds 8 and 9 maintain tight inverted formation as Red 6 and 7 roll around them in opposing directions. From the right, this is Corkscrew. Red 7, the aircraft at the rear of the Corkscrew, is flown by Boxguard. Callsign Box has been part of the VRA since 2019, originally performing duties within the reserve team before becoming a display pilot. Box is from Ireland, and in his spare time he enjoys virtual reality and flight simulation games. The team's trainings are conducted 3 times a week and vary between split trainings, in which Enid and Gypo perform their manoeuvres separately, full team trainings, where the pilots practice flying the manoeuvres that consist of all 9 aircraft, and full run-through trainings, which see the team perform a full run-through of the entire display routine, just like they would for a real show. Now, coming in from the left, Red 6 flies just 5 feet inverted over Red 7. This is the Mirror Pass. The display itself is based off the real routine flown by the RAF Red Arrows, with the majority of our maneuvers and procedures being as true to life as possible. However, due to constraints with the Roblox game engine itself, we have had to get creative and take many liberties in order to get our show as true to life as possible. In order to become a VRA display pilot, applicants have to undergo 3 written exams, 2 verbal interviews, as well as a full month of practical flying assessments. Once they pass, the trainee pilots graduate from our black training hawks onto the signature red display aircraft that you can see performing here today.
Enid coming down. Holding at 70.
If you look directly up now, you may just about be able to see Red 1 guiding Reds 2 to 5, 8 and 9 directly towards the ground, ready to pull up and away from the ground, leveling out to an altitude of just 100 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the vertical break.
Finishing at 500. Break, break, go. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 and level.
The jet on the far right of that break is Red 8. Red 8 is being flown by callsign Killer, who has flown with the team since 2020, with the majority of his time being spent as Red 2. Killer has recently been moved up to the Red 8 slot, where he flies as part of Gypo. Killer is from the United Kingdom and likes playing racing games and is passionate about road aviation. If you look straight out in front of you, you'll be able to see Red 6 and 7 of the Synchro pair, ready to perform one of their signature maneuvers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the heart.
Go.
It's tradition for us to dedicate each heart to a different individual or group. And so today I'd like to dedicate this heart to our very own Red 1 KB120. He has been leading the team for over a year and has been the iconic voice giving the Jets command at all of our air shows. This is his last performance as Red 1 before he retires into the support officer position, teaching trainees. The amount of work and hours KB has put into the team is something we can never say thank you enough for, and we wish him the very best of luck in this new position. We would also once again like to thank you, the audience, for being such an incredible audience here today. These displays take months of work and practice from so many people, so the support you guys have shown here today is something that is really cherished. Turning our attention once more straight out in front of us, the 4 jets of Gypo are coming in directly at us one last time, ready to perform one of their most daring maneuvers yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gypo Break.
Gypo front, go. 6 and 7, roll, go. 8 and 9, roll, go. Gypo break, break, go. Tilt and pull.
The final aircraft in Gypo is Red 9 and is flown by callsign Bennett. Bennett has flown with the team since January of this year, originally flying in the Reserve 3 slot, before moving on to the Red 9 slot only a few weeks ago.
Threshold.
In from the left and right now, you'll see the Synchro pair coming in and flying directly towards us one last time, as they prepare to swap inversions in the vice versa.
Synchro, roll, go.
With the vice versa now complete and the Synchro pair departing off to the left and right, we are now nearing the end of our display routine, with one last maneuver before the landing break. If you look right out in front of you now, you'll see the 5 jets of Enid plus 6 and 7 running in for the Vixen Break.
Red's colour on. Go.
Once again, we would like to thank you very much for watching. I've been OnePatronimo, and we have been the virtual Roblox Red Arrows! Just before I leave you to go rejoin the rest of my team, keep an eye on the red jets as they run in from the right. One last time in formation, ready for the landing break. Once landed, the Reds will taxi back to the stand. Thank you for being such an incredible audience, and we hope to see you all again very, very soon. Right, pilots, you are live. Can we get 3 cheers for our absolutely incredible Red 1 KB? This is his last performance, and he's done an absolutely incredible job. 3 cheers, lads. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hooray. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! Hooray!
Thank you, KB, and you're going to be really missed. You're an absolutely incredible Red 1, and we love you.
Yeah, as Patrick was saying, thanks guys for everything. I couldn't have asked for a better team, to be honest. You guys have been absolutely outstanding. I know during training it seemed tough, but we worked hard in the end, and I think that we've done something that is truly impressive. So thank you guys.
And with that, my commentary is complete. Thank you all for watching our display here at RAF Scampton. I've been OnePatronimo, and we've been the virtual Roblox Red Arrows. Thank you to the BBC Roblox for live streaming our event. And we'll see you all very soon. Patron out.
And what a show we had there from the virtual Roblox Red Arrows, Roblox's largest display team. And I think what they've just proved, they're the best display team in Roblox. What a display, what a commentary, and very well done to KB as well on his last show of the season. And his time in the Red Arrows. I've flown with him, he's one of the nicest people I know, and I'm sure he's going to be missed by everyone. So what a show we saw there, all 9 planes flying in graceful formation and fast-paced display throughout that whole 20-minute display. Look to the right now as they come into land as well in their landing break. They'll taxi up, and then we'll probably be going over to one last interview for Zerofest 2021. It's been a great air show so far, and we just can't thank everybody enough for the support that they've given us. It's been absolutely incredible. Also, a big well done to OnePatronimo for the display narration there. An absolutely incredible commentary that he puts on, very close to real life. And absolutely incredible how he manages to inform us about what's happening, who the pilots are, and information about the team, history, and more. An incredible commentary. As they come in now to the right of the runway, they're about to touch down and land all Hawk T1 aircrafts and park up the aircraft. What a great livery we are seeing on the aircraft right now. The Red Arrows have the nicest looking planes out of any display team, I personally think. I have been very up close to a Hawk T1 Red Arrows in real life, and it is magnificent. And it's an old plane. It's impressive how they are still flying these pretty old trainers in formation. And obviously the virtual Roblox Red Arrows, obviously bringing that into Roblox and doing the Red Arrows proud in real life. Such a great display they like to put on for everyone. And I can't lie about what Patron said throughout the narration. This team is truly a family, and you can see that they get along so well, as we saw at the end of the narration, all cheering KB, bidding him a good farewell, which is good to see in Renovation. We do not get that as much as we need. Everybody should be giving those positive vibes off and just be making the community a nice place to be. Toxicity should be out the window. Personal thoughts there, and I think many people would agree. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big cheer in the chat and bid a well done to OnePatronimo and bid farewell to KB120. We can obviously see OnePatronimo, Viper, Sam, and other pilots all in the chat watching there. I'm sure they'll appreciate everything you say. So as we can see now, all 9 of the aircraft are taxiing along the old runway at RAF Scampton. And what a beautiful airbase we have here, built by Viper Eyes, Zen and Sam, all putting effort into this beautiful airbase. And the jets that we see here, a 1-to-1 scale build of Scampton. It's very impressive. Very impressive indeed, all the detail that they've managed to put in. And it is a beautiful airbase as well, in real life and in the Roblox game here. We can see them taking a left-hand turn now onto the taxiway, and they'll soon be heading towards their parking area. We can see them now all coming in with the landing lights on the aircraft as well. And let's just take a minute to appreciate the detail that these aircrafts has. Like lights, cockpits, fully animated air brake control surfaces. The development team have really done a good job on these aircraft right here. Obviously, being somebody who's flown them, they're very impressive to see. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up, we do have some more interviews for you. Some of the Red Arrows pilots and hopefully the retiring Red One, KB120. We're going to get a lovely insight onto what they do personally on the team and what they think about Zerofest so far. You can see them all parking up now, all 9 Reds, 1 to 9, and we can see Viper and some of the engineering team heading out to greet them back to the ground. And soon we will see all the canopies open in synchronization and all the ladders and chocks be placed down as the aircraft shut down for the end of the display. And look at that, as all the pilots are about to dismount the aircrafts. It's always good to see everybody get safely back. And we can see there as well the Red One, KB120, who is sadly retiring. What a great pilot this man is. As he calls them all out to the taxiway, we will see them march back to the hangar. What a great display. Everybody give them a big round of applause and chat. We have 40 viewers watching right now. Thank you for all turning out to Zerofest.